What's up? 43 Podcast, back at it again. This week we had a great episode.
It's so great. We talked about the Bantam boys being in the army.
We talked about TikTok viral stuff being pretty bad for society.
Documentaries should be illegal.
Serial killer movie and TV shows are kind of fucked up. And why do we fetishize that shit so much?
Yeah, and a lot of great stuff. So live from B23.
It's the 43P. What's pod got to do with it? What's pod but a 43 podcast? Really nice.
Nice.
Yeah. I think you were keeping up with me as well.
I was sometimes stopping myself,
Which is impressive.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't know what's coming next, so I'm gonna let you start, and then I'll jump on the next beat or something like that.
It's kind of incredible from you actually. To number one, keep up.
Yeah.
But number two, take a step back.
Take a step back and just listen.
Yeah.
If you're into music, the most important thing is the space between the notes.
Yes.
Not the notes you're playing.
And you would also know that the difference between a good guitarist and a great guitarist is a great guitarist turns down his phone.
Exactly.
Or some bullshit like that, man.
That was some fun shit.
Yeah. 43 Podcast.
It feels weird that I don't have headphones and we have this thing. This is your world a little bit.
Because
you don't.
Oh, 'cause
you
I-
usually
yeah,
don't
yeah,
have headphones.
yeah, no.
But you also usually don't have these. But it's weird.
no, this is on me because I forgot the SD card.
Yeah.
So we only have one SD card. We usually have two, one to record the audio, one to record the video.
Yeah.
Now we only have one with us, and that means that we have to record the camera and the audio in the same SD card.
Yeah, that's some technical shit.
Some technical shit, the audio is worse, but it frees you up a little bit.
It frees you up. I have so much. I'm capable of doing so much right now.
Yeah, we could have used like lava mics as well to make it look a little nicer, but
Yeah. Hey, we got some lemons, but we made some lemonade out of it.
yeah. Can I tell you something fucked up? On my way here,
Yes.
I'm locking my door, right?
To your apartment.
To my apartment. And then I hear my upstairs neighbor coming down the stairs.
Okay. Yeah.
So I lock my door, turn around, she's coming downstairs. I'm like, oh, hi. And she's like, oh, hi. And then we walk to the train station together. Except I let her go first.
Okay.
Unless I should have gone first.
Yeah.
I should have sped up and passed her.
Yeah.
But instead, I walked behind her.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm going to walk slow.
Yeah.
I don't want her thinking I'm some weird guy that lives underneath her. And I'm like doing weird stuff. So I followed her.
So you followed her instead.
We went to the same direction.
Yeah.
But it happened to be that I followed her.
Yeah.
And we get on the train because, there's one train station you go to. And then
Same direction.
Yeah, it's same direction. Okay, standard. Standard. Because you go toward the city. Standard.
Yeah, makes sense.
Makes sense. And then I go to get my seat and stuff. She gets her seat. And then we get off at the same stop too. So now I'm walking behind her, still following her.
So far.
So this far.
Yeah.
A train ride 15 minutes into the city. We get off at the same stop and I'm right behind her. That shit's not okay.
That shit, that's a little bit too far.
It's too far.
Distance-wise, yeah.
But it gets worse.
It gets worse.
We go toward the same direction. Once we're out of the subway station,
Yeah.
we walk the same way too.
Okay.
Now I'm thinking,
And you're still behind her.
and I'm still following this
You're
neighbor.
this neighbor.
I'm following this
neighbor, yeah.
And I'm literally 2 meters behind her. And I'm like, if she turns around and sees me still behind her, she's gonna be like, hey,
This is not
get
what
away
it
from me,
looks
guy.
like.
So I took a detour.
Oh.
I took a detour.
It got to that point.
It got to that point, man. I wasn't okay.
Yeah.
I had no business being that close.
I think, but you learned a valuable lesson. Never walk behind if you have the option.
Yeah, but at the same time,
Isn't it less creepy if you're a guy? Isn't it better if you walk ahead of them? Because just for that exact reason. So
yes,
that it doesn't
is.
look like you're following.
It is, but then I could have. But then I'm also like, Imagine that she's just walking, doing her thing. She's on her phone, and then she starts to hear my footsteps like get faster. You know.
Okay. So
No,
that initial scare.
Exactly.
You
I
want to
didn't want her
avoid
to turn
that.
around and see me like picking up the pace.
Yeah.
That would be fucked up.
Yeah.
Even though, hey, all women are safe around me.
Yeah.
In fact, it's the most safe you could possibly
Yeah.
be.
You'll take a detour even.
I'll take a detour,
Yeah.
and if something happens, I'm keeping an ear out, listening to you always.
You're always 2 feet behind.
But I'm in the shadows.
You're always lurking.
But you're
for safety
safe.
reasons. You're safe.
But you're safe.
Yeah. I would have done the opposite. I would have passed her. Just for that exact reason. But also because you can set the tempo then. Now you had to follow her tempo. I don't know if she was a fast walker
No,
or
she
a
was
slow
slow.
walker. Slow.
No, she was slow.
Yeah, so then you got to go slow too.
Yeah.
But if you were to go ahead of her, you could have set the tempo.
But what if you went ahead of her and then you lost sight of her and something dangerous happened?
Yeah, that's why it's good that you did what you did.
I kind of want to be like a Dark Knight, hiding in the background a little bit.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case something happens to her, I'm always watching.
Like a security guard.
Like a security guard. You see that movie, The Bodyguard?
I didn't.
With Kevin Costner,
Oh,
Whitney
that's
Houston?
an old movie.
Old movie.
Yeah. I might have seen it at some point.
You've heard the song, though.
Yeah, I've heard the song. Which one? What's love got to do with it? No,
Oh, that's Tina Turner.
No, that's Tina Turner.
With or without you. No, that's... What's that song called? It's
I
I Will Always Love You.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's messed up. It's messed up that you got so far. That's happened to me. I know that feel. It's not very nice.
It's messed up to live in a society where I have to go through that.
Society is messed up.
Yeah.
We were talking about that. Also, welcome to the podcast to the listeners at home.
Of course.
This is the 43 podcast, the podcast where we talk about anything that goes.
Anything goes, honestly. It's a hangout.
Somebody asked me to describe the podcast earlier this week, and then I described it, and then the guy went, "Oh, so it's like Flagrant."
He said,
It's like exactly like Flagrant,
I would love it to be like that.
except not at all. Also at the same time.
Yeah. Except it's also, if they're based in New York City. You open the door in New York City, you can find any cool personality.
Yeah.
In Stockholm City, you find a lot of cold people.
Cold people.
Cold people.
Yeah, literally cold.
And guy in the chair is not with us right now.
No.
Because we've reached a point in Stockholm, beautiful Sweden, where it's 3 o'clock and it's dark outside.
God.
And you can either, so it's right now it's like a choice whether or not the dog gets to walk outside in the light today or later in the cold, dark rain.
Right.
So either guy in the chair stays home and takes the dog out when it's light outside
Yeah.
and it's like a bit better weather, or the opposite.
Yeah.
And you only have until 3 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah, it's messed up, and we're only in November at the moment, and it's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
So that's great for us.
Do you recommend living in Stockholm?
I don't know. That's an interesting question, because right now I'm so sick of the climate. That's the problem.
Yeah.
For me. The climate and the people. I don't know.
A little.
Mostly the climate. That's number one for me.
I think so too. But do you remember when it was so hot
Yeah.
and you were wishing it was colder?
Yeah.
And then it got colder and you're like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
And then it got even colder and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Okay, it's the amount of sun. Give me more sun.
Yeah, give me more sun.
Yeah.
I need more sun.
Yeah.
And you know what? Fuck everybody who lives in Stockholm.
That's a hot take.
That's a hot take because I don't necessarily agree with it.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree. I think it's an okay city to live in.
No, I think it's okay too. I think there's something about, it's just in my experience, whenever I meet people who are not from here, I click with them faster.
Yeah, same.
I make friends with them faster.
You make
just-
love with them
I
faster.
make love with them even faster than what I usually do. So everything is just, I don't know why that is exactly.
I don't know either, man. I think from what I hear, like, Swedish people are just like completely wrapped in their own bubble, and like they don't necessarily want to bring anybody in, because it's like, and you know what? This I actually can understand. If we were a group of Swedish friends,
Yeah.
and I had a friend who only spoke English,
Yeah.
I'd bring them to the group, and then now all of us speak English, which we probably can do,
Yeah.
but like your humor changes, and you're not as like comfortable in the language,
Yeah,
and
the
you're probably
dynamics
more
just
shy.
change, yeah.
So it's just like they get more like, oh, I don't want to do that necessarily, and that's why they don't.
That's a valid reason. That's a valid reason.
I understand, and it sucks.
Yeah, but still, I don't know. I wish. Yeah, that's one other thing besides the climate and the amount of sunlight. Just the openness. I'd like some more openness.
I could like some more openness. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think as well. Can we get real?
Go the 43 podcast.
It's the 43 podcast. I saw a tweet the other day with a woman, an Asian woman, who was like talking a lot about how Sweden is the most racist place. Stockholm specifically is the most racist place she's ever been. And then she would like, she had the video evidence as well of people being like
Really?
making fun of her for being like Asian, and they were like doing the eye thing, and like
Here in
they were
Stockholm?
harassing. Yeah, here in Stockholm.
Wow.
Which is crazy because I've never
Yeah.
experienced it actually.
I've heard that shit happens in Denmark.
Yeah.
They're kind of known for being racist somehow.
Yeah.
I've heard stories, bad stories.
I've heard some stories too.
Yeah, but Stockholm, I don't hear that shit too often.
No, I don't either. But it's like really a political sort of turmoil going on in our country, where like our racist parties is like
Yeah.
what, like the
In the government,
second
second
largest party. So we should move.
We should move. But it's true. I don't know. I feel like here the racism is maybe more subtle somehow.
Yeah, I've had some pretty like subtle
Yeah.
racism. I mean, very casual as well.
Yeah, it's not like in your face, like
No.
more like maybe excluding somehow in social situations.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, if you look at like groups of people that go out, I think we're like the only group of guys that'll go out, and it's like there's literally one of every type.
Yeah.
We're like a magazine, you know, like
Yeah.
for like that Friends organization.
Yeah.
Like we line up outside of a bar or club, and they're
Yeah.
like so hello, and then like there's like one of every person. So
It's like the perfect diversity.
Yeah.
Commercial.
It's like, are you gonna let in all of us or none of us? You know what I mean?
I like that. I like meeting people from different places in the world,
I agree.
and I don't know. I find it enriching,
Me too. And you get to learn shit like
and you get to learn shit.
neredesin.
Not the sin, for instance.
It's
some
Turkish. Where are you?
Where are you?
It's the only Turkish I can tell you.
Yeah, it's a good phrase. Where are you? If you ever
good.
lose track of where somebody is
Yeah.
in the world. Yeah. Okay. I've heard that too. I have the person I was on a date with. Was it last week we recorded? Yeah. That
The
person.
wine bar.
The wine bar.
I love it.
I was just thinking, like, how much should I talk about my personal life? Hey, it's nothing personal, but this person is of Asian descent.
Wow, Emir.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very open of me.
Yeah.
No, and she told me she works at a hospital that sometimes patients would just ask her, like, especially during COVID, like, what's going on in China? Like, they would just assume that she's
She's
Chinese.
like born and raised in Sweden.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They would assume that she's Chinese, and B, that she would know like what's going on over there, and like they would also like bow, like this, to her. So it happens here. It happens here.
It's a little bit like that kind of like weird, not racism, but like I've been asking what's going on in China. I think it's a little insensitive.
Yeah.
But like trying in that aspect, I think can be a little bit endearing. Like bowing, it's like it's obviously really stupid.
Yeah.
And like and like I guess again insensitive because if
Yeah.
you're like, oh, you're bowing like because you think I require that of you,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
so stupid. But they're also like, oh, you're like, how do I show respect to the person who works at the hospital? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
like thank you, like damn.
Yeah, because you can still feel like it. You feel that it's not coming from a bad place necessarily.
Yeah.
They're just being naive or
Yeah.
last gent type of shit.
Unless they're really going like they're doing some kind of like, ni hao ma.
Yeah.
You know?
Then that might not be from a good place.
But maybe you're like trying to speak the language, you know.
Yeah.
Or like, but then again, you're assuming that they're Chinese.
Yeah.
But odds are,
Odds
on.
are, yeah.
are you gonna say it or am I gonna say it?
You're gonna have to say it.
I mean, odds are they're Chinese, man.
The odds are.
There's a couple of billion.
Yeah, statistically the odds are there. So then it reminds me of this video. I don't know if you saw this video of a guy going around interviewing people. He was wearing this Mexican outfit, like the sombrero and like the traditional clothing.
Yeah.
Did you see this video?
I saw this video, yeah.
Yeah, but for those that didn't see it, he went around asking people, do you find this offensive?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how we
It
phrased
was
it.
like a poncho and a sombrero.
Yeah.
And he had like a little fake mustache.
Yeah, and these people would be like, white people or whatever,
Yeah.
would say like, yeah, I find this offensive because it's like cultural appropriation or whatever reason they had.
Yeah.
They found it offensive.
Yeah.
And then that was the general consensus. And then he would go into this like Mexican community and ask the actual Mexicans, what do you think of this? Like, do you find this offensive? And they were like, no, I love this. I love this hat that you're wearing.
Yeah.
This poncho. It's
They're like, you look good.
and it's like, there you go.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go. Why are we getting pissed off?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of like, people who find that kind of thing offensive because it's cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
Is like, I feel like they need to be on the side where they're strong.
Yeah.
For like minority people.
Yeah.
And that's also rude.
Yes.
Where they're like,
yes.
I need to stand up for the Mexicans because like someone needs to do it.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to stand up for themselves. I got to do it. I'm a 18-year-old like freshman on college campus.
Exactly.
And I'm going to make sure that you're not like
Yeah.
making fun of these guys.
It's like they don't even know, they can't even relate to begin with to what these minorities are going through. And it just feels wrong.
It feels wrong and fucked up.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok today where like these two girls were like, it's a red flag in a guy if he's had like diversity in his dating pool. If you look at his exes, and there's like a lot of variety in ethnicity, because they're like, that means that your type is like, you have no type.
You have no type, and that's bad.
Yeah, that was apparently bad.
Okay.
I think the public agreed that it was a really shitty take.
Yeah, it's such a. I'm trying to figure out what the take is even about.
But these two girls were like, if like this guy has like so much variety in his dating pool, it's like his type is everybody. Like that doesn't mean that you're special. It means that he wants everybody.
Oh, okay, but still a bad take.
A really bad take.
A really bad take.
But you know what? It went viral.
Well, sometimes that's the kind of shit that goes viral. Bad takes. We're all about good takes. That's why we don't go viral.
That's true.
So we need some more bad takes.
That's really true.
We need more bad takes.
You know what? As a professional hangout, 43 pod style,
Yeah, flagrant.
we need a bad take or two.
Yeah. What's a bad take you have?
Bad take?
Yeah.
Number one
Yeah.
is gonna be,
Me.
if you have a variety in your dating pool, it's a red flag.
It's a red flag.
It's a red flag.
Means you have no type.
What is one red flag in a girl for you? I feel like you don't have many. Unless they're like typical, like she's an asshole.
Maybe if they're if they're self-absorbed, I don't like that too much. So if you're having a conversation with them and you notice that they're doing all the talking, but they're not asking you any questions, I try to pay attention to that a little bit. That to me means that you're self-absorbed.
But you do a lot of good listening, man. Isn't that kind of a compliment? Like you're such a good listener.
Am I?
I think so. Didn't we go through this on the friend quiz?
Yeah. But that we all insisted that we had all the good qualities there.
There were a few pretty like good self-reflection moments there, though. I think.
Yeah. Good episode. In case you missed it.
In case you missed it.
People listening. That's one. That's a red flag.
Let me see what I got here.
Yeah.
I heard an interesting take. Speaking of takes. How's this for a take? And I found myself agreeing with it as well. This is why I want to bring it up. Documentaries should be illegal.
Should be illegal.
Should be illegal.
Okay, that's a hot take. I think. Okay, go. I have a theory why you're saying that, but
proceed.
It depends what kind of documentary. But I'm thinking of like GDPR and shit. Like in documentaries, you have people there. That you may not necessarily have the permission to film.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of that or?
No, however, I agree. I think people are getting a little bit more conscious of that now. A couple of years ago, especially, it was especially fucking bad. I followed this one girl who was part of like the David Dobrik vlog squad, you know? And then every time she would see like someone outside on a sunny day with an umbrella, she would just record them and like make fun of them and laugh. And I would just think like, what if this was like my mother, who like is an old, frail. My mom's not old and frail.
Yeah. But if.
Chill.
No, I'm saying if.
If she was.
If, of course.
If she was, because these were like old ladies with umbrellas outside when it's like a really nice hot summer day. Like they don't want to die of the sun and heat stroke, so they have an umbrella.
Yeah.
And they want to do something with their day, you know. So they're going out and like they have an umbrella because they're like, oh, this like I can't get up to my like shoulders with the skin cream and the face, and so they have an umbrella because it's easier. And she was just filming and fucking laughing.
Yeah, that's kind of shitty. That's kind of shitty.
Could call her out, but I won't.
Oh, you know who this person is?
Yeah, I followed her. And I would see it and I would be like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah. I saw a guy. It was quite comical. On the train yesterday, he was sleeping, like really just this. He was a middle-aged man, but he was sleeping like this.
Nice.
And it looks funny.
The classic, yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted to take a photo.
Yeah.
Just because it just looked so funny. But I took the photo.
Wow.
I took the photo. But then I was like, I'm gonna share this with somebody that might enjoy this. But then I was like, no. I shall delete this instead, actually.
Good work, man.
Yeah.
That's a character arc.
I took a second. I was about to send it. I didn't think of that aspect. But then I was like, you know what? Nah, that's kind of, I don't know, childish or, yeah. So
really good of you, honestly. You're showing so much like character development.
From episode 1 to this
yeah. If I had the energy to follow your character development, and make a video out of it, I would. But
yeah.
We have so much 43p
content. We have so much content coming out. So. Yeah,
but like all these like street interviews, TikToks that are so viral and so popular, where they just like they go out on a Saturday night. Obviously, like 2 a.m. People are like completely wasted.
Yeah.
And then they'll just go up to someone and be like, what's one thing you haven't told your parents?
Oh, they do that.
Yeah,
okay.
and then some girl will just be like, I sucked off my dad's best friend, and they're like laughing.
Yeah.
Like people aren't thinking of the fact that shit can go viral.
Yeah. That's all about the content.
It's and these guys are out there exploiting it. It's good.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's good.
Yeah.
But they know what they're doing when they go out and they're like, let's find the drunkest girl we can find and ask her the craziest question.
Yeah, that's what they're hoping for to get that.
And then
crazy.
be like, what do you rate me out of 10?
Yeah.
And they're like, would you go home with me? And they're like, maybe. They're like, stop. So fucking embarrassing.
It's good content, but it's a bit toxic.
It's super toxic. Yeah. I see a lot of that in like young people as well who don't really get it yet.
Yeah.
Especially here in Sweden. There's like obviously we have our own guys who are going out on our busy streets and doing like street interview stuff. And then they go up to these young people and they're like and they'll ask them some kind of personal question. They don't understand yet how that's going to impact them.
Yeah.
But still, they want to use them to push their fucking TikTok.
Yeah. The TikTok generation, it's scary, a little bit scary.
There's going to be some kind of fallout.
Yeah, there needs to be some sort of regulation at some point, somehow.
Yeah, just like filming people on the street for like pranks and stuff too.
Yeah,
that's still a thing.
That's still a thing. I feel like that was a big thing on YouTube years ago.
Yeah.
And then maybe it died out a little bit, or maybe I just stopped paying attention to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But now it's back.
There are nice, wholesome pranks that I think show like the good side of people. But then there are also pranks where like today I saw a video where this guy just walks through a group of people and he like pushes them like this.
Yeah.
And he just walks through a group and he pushes them aside.
Yeah.
And of course, he's towering over these like girls that he does it to.
Yeah.
So they're all just like standing like looking at him like they watch him go by and then they're filming like from a distance. And like it's like no harm really.
Yeah.
But like did those girls ask to be filmed today?
Yeah.
Like they actually didn't.
No.
They don't want to be on
And
your
they probably
TikTok.
got a little bit intimidated.
Probably.
Some guy just
Yeah.
sweeping in.
And then they're literally pushing them like this.
Yeah.
Like that's just it's on you to do the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, not everybody can be perfect like us.
Not everyone can make like
Good wholesome Seinfeld intro type of content.
where people just don't get hurt.
People don't get hurt. They just laugh.
Yeah. Anyway, this documentary thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel like if anything needs to be regulated, it's documentaries because they're so good.
Because they're so good.
Documentaries can be so good. And like you pick and choose the information that you want in your documentary.
Yeah.
So you can take anything for any like argument.
Yeah.
Especially, these days. It's like if you want to make a political argument for like some kind of party, it's like you take only the information that you benefit from and exclude all information that you don't benefit from. And then you put it in a way that's really comprehensible and makes it seem like it's the one and only truth.
So the framing of it
You
needs to be...
you can frame the information however you want.
True.
And then if you put the music over it, you do a good like voiceover. It's like magic. It manipulates people.
Yeah.
That's why it should be like not illegal, but like you have to have some kind of regulation.
Yeah.
On this stuff because you can make like basically any argument you want, make a really damn good documentary out of it, and then like you have these like conspiracy theorists guys who are like, you don't believe me? Like watch this documentary. It's gonna change your life.
Yeah, there's this moral aspect that needs to be considered and ethical. I feel like that happened when we were working our last job together and we were making videos. There was a lot of like particular content selection that framed the companies in a certain way. That wasn't necessarily true, but it was what they wanted. That's how they wanted to be represented.
That's a hot take.
Hey, we're just keeping it real here.
Yeah, you can keep it real.
So I understand that point. Maybe some form of consent would be needed at the end of the documentary. Like, hey, this is the documentary I made with you guys. Do you think this is a fair representation of you? And if they agree, then you're good to go.
Yeah, but if it's about like flat Earth stuff, for instance, they could put like only the tests that they do that for some reason somehow prove what it is they're trying to say. And then like they put it out and then people who are like a little bit into the theory watch it. And then now all of a sudden they're like 100% convinced that it's the truth.
Yeah.
Now they're like, if you ever argue with them, they're like, just watch this documentary. It's going to change your life.
Yeah. We're going to get a lot more of that shit, I feel like.
Because you know why? It's the TikTok generation.
It's a TikTok generation.
Yeah. But you were saying something interesting.
Me?
About
no, that can't be
work.
me. I never
How
say
about
anything.
our work?
I never say anything interesting. Yeah, what was I saying?
Because I'd love for you to go further on that.
Go further on that?
I'd love to push you a little bit there.
You'd like to push me on that particular note. What can I say? My point is just that this shit is common and what would you like to push me on here, Henriksen?
Just to see what kind of information it was we were putting out.
I don't know. Like we would often just portray companies in a certain way that they wanted to be portrayed in, so that people would apply for jobs there, or whatever, or you be interested in their service.
Yeah.
And sometimes that wasn't actually the case. Like they weren't the way we portrayed them.
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised that you come out with the truth like that.
That's my thing.
It's kind of is your thing.
I'm trying to keep it real.
Are you not worried about your career, your job, your career?
No, I'm not worried about that. No. I have the 43 podcast. No, I was thinking of, because when you go on a career site, if you're looking for a job, it's always like, it's just too much of how perfect it is at that workplace. You know, you have the videos of people talking about, oh, I'm a business developer, and in my team we're 6 people, and we have a really good connection to each other, and like I feel really valued here and inspired, and it's just so transparent. It's not true. It's not genuine, and it turns me off.
There were a lot of times where we were to exclude
real stuff
that we put in a video as well. Like, can you take this away? Like, we don't like it, so take it away.
But the thing is, like, it's those imperfections that make things feel real. Like, not everything has to be perfect. But these companies that we were working for were so afraid of like being portrayed in a negative way. Like they didn't see the utility of like having some imperfection. Like some guy could say good things and then be like, but we struggle with this aspect, but we're working on it. And then they would want to cut that part out.
Yeah.
But why? Like all companies struggle with something, for instance.
Yeah, a lot of the employees could be very honest, actually.
Yeah.
And then it was more editing by the executives.
Yeah.
But I mean, are we gonna see one day a company that just like advertises their stuff like we don't spend like we don't do bullshit where like you have to be a part of the family. Like you're not our family. Like you're an employee. We're gonna pay you a good salary.
Yeah. I think there are companies out there who do that, but definitely more of the opposite for some reason.
But why? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. Like
who's that for?
I don't know. Like I was thinking like, for me, like this is, now we're talking about like business stuff. Maybe that's not interesting for people listening, but for me on a career site, instead of the interviews that I described just now, where people talk about how perfect it is to work there, I personally would love to see a video of a person working there talking about stuff that has nothing to do with the job. Just them talking about some experience they had, or something they're into. Let's say they're into music. Just them talking about their favorite band for a minute. Nothing to do with the company, nothing to do with the job. Because then I would be like, oh, that seems like a cool person who's into music. And I want to work with people who are people, who seem real, who have interests. Yeah. But I don't know if that would work.
I think so. I actually had the opposite experience one time. This company that I was looking into, they had like a career sort of profile thing of a person, a new hire, and then they were listing their own like all the things they liked or something, and like their hobbies and stuff. Yeah. And then that sort of profile they built for themselves, maybe it could be accurate, but it was also like a person that I couldn't see myself like getting along with.
Okay.
Or finding them probably pretty annoying.
Yeah.
So that immediately turned me off.
How about having a couple of different? So maybe you wouldn't click with this person, but then they had like 5 videos.
Yeah, exactly.
And then like, oh, but this number 3 I like.
But then I would always be thinking about number 5.
Number 5.
He was just such a loser.
Dick. Yeah.
And they're like, I don't want to really join the team. Yeah. But that's good, because then if you find someone else who really loves everybody in the team, that person's a way better fit.
Yeah.
And then you're not going to get me who's like pretending to like number 5.
Yeah.
Even though they're just a fucking loser.
It's a riskier move.
but that's what you gotta do, man. It's risk.
Yeah,
risk reward.
if you want to be real, you gotta
Yeah.
take some risks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the business talk.
How about this, man? What do you think about serial killer movies and TV shows?
A bit. I think there's a bit of an inflation going on there. Too many.
There's not too many. Yeah.
Too many of them. Same as Marvel movies and TV shows. I wouldn't be sad if they cut down on those things.
Yeah, I wouldn't either, because here's the problem for me. Like, or maybe it's not a problem. Maybe I'm trying too hard. But like, so many people fetishize
Something like that.
fetishize
Fetishize.
Fetishize.
Fetish.
fetishize
Fetishize.
fetishize.
Doesn't sound right, but okay.
No, fetishize.
Yeah, fetishize.
Like serial killer shit.
Yeah.
This is a huge red flag in our fucking society.
Yeah.
This is a real society episode.
I think people get off on that shit because.
But that's what's wrong.
Yeah, but I think it's like everyone is a monster somehow, but then you can watch somebody else. Yeah, that's that flagrant shit. No, but then you watch somebody else act on that instinct, and you can you get some sort of perverted enjoyment out of it somehow.
Yeah.
This is really not grounded in any psychological theory. I'm just guessing here.
I really appreciate the disclaimer.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're right. I don't know why I feel like you're right.
I don't know. There could be something like that.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, why all of these families that have like, let's say it's your son that gets murdered. Let's say your son was murdered 30 years ago, and they still make movies and TV shows about the guy that killed him.
Interesting perspective.
And they're doing interviews with the guy because he's in jail, and he's like, and he ate your son.
Yeah.
And 30 other sons.
And people are just fascinated with this person.
And then they see him, and he's good looking.
Yeah.
So people are like, I mean, he's so hot though.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta say he's really good looking. Like, oh, he's not better looking than Ted Bundy though.
Yeah.
Like, no, Ted Bundy's good looking, but this guy's sexy, Like, okay, he's sexy. That's what's so fucked up
That's
about
fucked up about
shit.
society. That's true.
That is.
That's true.
And you know what? Someone needs to do something about society.
And that is us.
It's gotta be the 43P.
It's gotta be the purpose of the 43P.
It has to be
Yeah.
really good. It has to be the purpose of the 43P.
Yeah.
To
You like
sort
that?
of change society.
To change society for the better. Yeah, interesting stuff. I think that I want to Google that when I get home. Why are people fascinated about this stuff?
Yeah. And I hate
wish
to
we had
go
guy
on
in
a-
the chair right now.
Oh, guy in the chair. Because you would also be, for my next take to cancel us, I'm pretty sure it's like mostly women that are really interested. I just feel like that for some reason. Now this is grounded in no research
Yeah,
whatsoever.
this is even less grounded.
but there's a part of me that feels like that's true, just because like it's kind of a stereotype. Like girls like watching serial killer documentaries, and I don't understand why people want to watch much. I understand it can be interesting, but it's also, I think, damaging for the people who are affected by it.
Yeah, but I didn't see the Ted Bundy one. Is he the one that was attractive too?
He was attractive and very like manipulative.
Yeah.
And he was very, very good at like swaying women.
Yeah.
In a certain way. I mean, he would like. I mean, someone has a really good joke about this. I think it's Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Where like Ted Bundy was like the best serial killer. Maybe it's Andrew Schultz, but he was the best. Yeah, it's Andrew Schultz because he was the best serial killer because he would pretend that his car broke down in the middle of the road, and then he would ask some like woman driving by to help him fix the car, and they would do it. But it's like, well, But like now this is not my words, but like
Yeah.
what woman it feels like she can fix a car on the side of the road.
Yeah.
But still he like, hey, can you come help me fix my car? Like that's how good he was at what he did.
Oh, okay. I see the joke.
Because
yeah.
women can't fix cars.
Yeah.
And not something I believe.
Yeah. You're just paraphrasing Andrew
Paraphrasing
Schultz, professional comedian.
A joke.
Flagrant.
Yeah. Butchering and paraphrasing a joke.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm the safest you could ever be around a guy is me.
You'll always be there.
I'll always be
in
there
the
waiting,
shadows, watching.
hoping that you're all right.
Yeah.
And if I see that you're not,
God forbid. Yeah.
I step in.
Yeah.
And then you'll wonder, thank God you were here.
Yeah.
I
I didn't know you were here, but thank God you were here.
I say, it's not a coincidence.
Yeah.
Oh, I say it's a coincidence. I'm sorry.
That's up to you how you phrase that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
But yeah, he was the handsome guy who like did. And then
maybe
there's
like, some sort of perverted attraction going on there too.
But that's the thing, man.
Yeah.
There's some kind of perverted fucking attraction going on
Yeah,
where they're like,
But there are certain women who like bad boys, and maybe it's like
true.
an extreme form of that.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Do we like bad girls?
Do guys like bad girls? I don't know.
Are there any
I think guys
women-
just like girls in general.
I think so too.
They don't have high standards.
Do you have high standards?
If I have high standards,
Yeah.
I think I have average standards.
I think I have average standards too.
I don't think I stand out in any particular way.
I think my standard for personality is high.
If it's a long-term partner, then I'd say maybe I am pretty picky.
Yeah, because you've never had one.
That must mean that I'm very picky.
43 podcast.
Yeah, but if it's not about that, then I think I'm average Joe.
You're an average Jolie on.
An average Joe. Yeah. Exactly.
We should have Jolie Hang on the show.
We should have Jolie on the show. Our
should
friends.
Or should we?
Or should we? I don't know. We'll have to think about that.
Yeah. How long would we be going, you think?
Yeah.
Probably pretty good.
What else could we wax on? You're bringing it this episode, and I'm just going with it.
Yeah, but that's fine. How about the Bangtan Boys?
What happened? Those are they are a K-pop band, right?
Yeah, BTS.
Oh, is that the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it.
Okay, he's acting like he doesn't. Yeah,
I'm slow.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
No, they're going to the army.
Really?
Yeah, you see this shit?
No.
I think it's like for years now. People have been. You have to be like 22 to 30.
Yeah.
Anytime between those ages, like you get called to do the army training.
And they are no they have to do it. Exception, I mean.
I think they have to because it's like if they're the most famous Koreans in the world and they don't do the army training, what does that say about how they run shit over there?
Yeah.
Rather than like, hey, like even if you're BTS, the sexiest dancing, most popular, famous, you anyway have to do it.
Yeah, nobody's above.
No one's above. Exactly. No one's above the other system.
That's a strong message that they're sending.
Yeah.
I feel like if that was the US, there would be some sort of exception.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can say you're gay.
And then
they don't want you.
Really?
Yeah.
In the US or in Korea?
I don't know. Maybe in Korea. I feel like in the US, it's not as bad. I know. I know in Turkey, however, Turkish army, like you have to, you can say you're gay to get out of it, but then they need picture proof.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they need you being fucked in the ass on some kind of.
Is this
proof.
real?
This is what I hear is real. This is what I hear is real.
Well, yeah.
I heard it from Hasanabi.
Okay.
You know Hasanabi?
YouTuber or
YouTube Twitch guy.
No, I don't know him.
He's pretty famous. He's like,
hey, if he's famous, probably true.
I mean, he is Turkish as well. Hey, you don't recognize?
I recognize the name somehow.
Hasanabi.
Okay, no, I don't know him actually.
Maybe you know, like Hasanabi. Come on, man.
Other people probably know him. I don't.
He also sort of gets like popularity being the most handsome Twitch streamer.
Really?
People are like, Like if they ever ask like who the most handsome Twitch streamer is, all girls say him.
Can I say really?
What are you trying to say, man?
No. You know
Take
what?
a closer look, buddy.
Okay, but you know what I'm realizing now is I don't know what a
Handsome man looks like.
what a handsome man looks like. I didn't know that.
No, you know what a handsome man looks like.
I know what a handsome, but that guy, he's handsome. He's handsome.
Yeah.
But the number one spot for him.
It's what all the ladies say, man.
Hey, I trust their opinion more than I trust myself. But
well, he's looking pretty ripped though. Look how ripped he
okay,
is.
that's a better picture. Yeah, he looks ripped.
He's ripped, and it also helps that he's like 6'5"
Yeah,
or something.
he can have the number one spot.
Yeah, the guy. I mean, he's like fucking massive.
It's justified.
It's justified. I don't want to give it to him, but that's where I heard that information from, man. So if anyone wants to kill me for it,
blame him.
you gotta kill him first.
Yeah, you got to go through him.
Yeah.
But
if you want to kill me, you gotta go through Hasanabi.
But that reminds me of this other thing that I heard, which is true. I just don't remember it exactly. So if you want to work for like the Secret Service here in Sweden or something like that, I don't know if it's Secret Service or whatever it was, but it's a function like that. You cannot have a background. You need to be Swedish ethnically.
So
You couldn't, for instance, apply to be working for that Secret Service function.
because I'm only half.
Yeah. And why, you're asking?
Why?
Because you could be a spy. That's how they reason. Isn't that weird?
That is weird. You were born and raised here your entire life, and you're not allowed to.
I'm not allowed to have that job because they might think that I'm a spy from Montenegro.
Yeah, because you have a family somewhere.
Yeah, or I have some sort of agenda. So you need to be like ethnically
That's so
Swedish.
weird.
It feels weird because it's so not in line with how Sweden wants to do things.
In what way?
Like it feels weird. It feels racist.
Yeah,
you know?
it feels a little racist.
In a way, like
yeah,
now you can't because you're not from here.
yeah,
Essentially.
But they have that perfect excuse.
Yeah.
Like we can only take like fully Swedish blooded people here. Actually,
Yeah, for security
Your
reasons.
blood's not right.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
you got
it's
that dirty blood that we don't want here.
It's a bit cool.
Your feelings on this topic is so like
Yeah, no, I think yeah, but at the end of the day, I think it's cool. It's like, wow, okay, that's cool to me somehow.
But what if I wanted to be the next, James Bond?
Yeah, then it's not as cool.
What if I wanted to be James Bond?
Yeah, James Bond. Yeah, then it's not cool. But if it's for security reasons, for the safety of this country, suddenly it's interesting.
They're the only people who can use that excuse, I think.
Yeah. But even so, it's a bit weird.
If you went to army training,
Yeah.
and one of the BTS guys, one of the Bangtan BTS dance boys, they were there,
Yeah.
and he was in your like army troop or whatever. Do you think you would give him a harder time, or would you be like, hey, like I'm a big fan, like it's like,
No,
it's
like,
like
hey,
so cool.
pretty boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that might be what they have to go through.
Oh no.
Where they're like, hey, not like life was pretty easy up until now, you little,
You little whatever.
Urgh.
Yeah, God, that might happen to them.
Maybe.
I don't know what kind of country Korea is. They're very they show a lot of respect to each other, I think.
Yeah.
But in the army, that's a different world.
I guess so.
Maybe.
But they're like military officers,
Yeah.
They're like training officer.
Yeah.
I wonder if he has this little like you get to be like this sexy guy who dances and sings for a living, and I do this.
Yeah.
So like, you know what? You're gonna drop and give me
An extra 10.
100 push-ups.
100.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's like, so get down there and start doing those push-ups.
Yeah, they have to sort of prove themselves somehow.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe they try harder.
Yeah.
The BTS boys, they have to like really fucking go for it.
That-
And I think they're doing it like their oldest members doing it now. And then in a year, their next one, and then or like maybe they're doing 2 at a time or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it is, if it's required of their country, it's kind of cool that they do it.
Yeah, it's a strong message. I'm just happy that we don't have to do that shit.
Yeah, I guess so in a way.
Yes.
I don't know. My dad did it, the military thing, but it's voluntary here. Or actually, is it still voluntary?
I don't know if it's voluntary or you have to participate now.
I feel like we just got away with it. Like I think now they're starting to do it more for. I don't know.
It was something I don't remember, but I think like maybe I wouldn't need to do it because of my gluten intolerance.
You fucking snake.
I honestly think maybe they wouldn't let me because that would be like
because what am I gonna eat, officer?
What am I gonna eat? I can't eat that.
You're there in the rations and you're like, what's this, man?
Is this can gluten free?
Yeah.
So maybe I'm lucky in that way.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, if they need me, they're gonna throw me in there.
Yeah. But my dad did it, and he said it was really rough and it kind of sucked. But it was also like, it's obviously unlike anything that you're ever gonna experience. Yeah. And like, I think it helped him like learn a few like valuable life lessons.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. But then I also know somebody else who had to do it, or I think he and all of his friends were like volunteering to do it or something, and then they had an awful time.
Yeah.
And it's just like the people that you see in like military movies and stuff that are like assholes. It's such a stereotype. But then they see that and they're like, "That's cool. Like I'm gonna be like that to my squad or whatever." And then they're fucking assholes. So there are those people there who are like, who are pieces of shit.
Yeah, and my brother had a similar experience. Like when I asked him about how that was for him, he's like, "No, not worth it." He didn't romanticize it or feel like he learned something valuable like your dad did, which is good. My brother was just like, "Nah, I wish I didn't do that."
He volunteered.
He volunteered. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, for some reason.
It's because he's not like us, man.
He's the man. He's the man.
He's the man. We?
Yeah.
Barely some resemblance of
my brother is like a little bit of like an upgrade of me in a way.
A little bit.
Or a lot, maybe.
Not the hair, though.
Not the hair, but he's like a bit taller, stronger.
Yeah. Smarter, definitely.
Smarter.
Like, conventionally smarter.
Yeah, and like, just pretty, like, has his life together pretty well, like, with the wife, kids, and house, and like...
5?
No, wife and kids.
Oh, the wife.
Yeah.
The wife and
the
kids.
Wife.
Yeah, the wife.
The wives, the good wife.
Yeah, of course.
So that's one way to see it. But hey, he doesn't have the 43 podcast.
No, he doesn't have the 43 podcast.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
that's it.
That's it.